I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me, but forgetting how to talk. Nah, I don't like no humble beats.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We are reacting to a body call today, formerly known as Beachbody. This is a body opportunity call from a couple of months ago. Now, for those of you wondering, I thought you were doing deep dives, Sam. I am. And I'm hoping to have my next one out by Friday. It is going to be on the Girl Power Alliance MLM that I did a video on back a few months ago, I think, or a few weeks ago. I can't remember anymore. But that should be coming Friday. Fingers crossed it goes well and I can get it all edited in time for Friday. In the meantime, we're gonna dive right into this cringeworthy body opportunity call. Such bullshit. Now, I have not watched this whole thing, so I do want to include a content warning just in case disordered eating, body dysmorphia, any of those things may trigger you. Please take care of yourself and exit this video. I will link up here a playlist that I have of content that does not include any kind of body dysmorphia or disordered eating, anything like that. None of that language is included in those videos, so you can go and check out that playlist there and be safe, and I'll see you over there. And for everybody else that is ready to dive into this with me and cringe our way through the bullshit, we are going to get into it in one moment. I just want to say that I do not blur out my videos if you are new here. That is a personal choice that I have made. This is not to incite any kind of hate toward any individual. I also do not want to encourage anybody to go and send hateful or mean messages to these individuals. That is not what my content is for. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So with that, let's get the into it.
We've kind of changed the name as we have changed the name of the business and what we call ourselves. We went from, so you'll kind of hear us do this a lot. We went from coaches to body partners, but we're still kind of working with the lingo and what feels good for us. And so a lot of us will still say,
is that what it is? Or is it the fact that you are not coaches? You're not coaches. So now you're body partners, because being a Beachbody coach or a body coach is actually not what you are. You spent money to join an MLM and then you were calling yourself coaches.
I'm partnered with Body, or these are my body partners, but I still coach you. So if you hear us going back and forth and you're like, what the heck? That's why we're all kind of in transition as we learn a new lingo. And I love it. I really like being a body partner and that we're partnered together, but we still coach. And so that word sticks with us. But again, welcome. It is Friday night. It is 8 o'clock. So the fact that you guys are all on here live is super big. And I feel like that just makes you already so successful in this business, because you're willing to show up when it's not always convenient. And again, it's a holiday weekend. It's nice out. So welcome, welcome. If you were not on earlier, we did say this is being recorded. And so if you have anybody after this that you're like, oh my gosh, I have my best friend, she wasn't able to make it, I want her to listen to this, let us know. We're going to create a Vimeo link so you can send those out too, because obviously Friday night at 8 o'clock is not the most convenient time for everybody. So we will have that available. With that being said, we value your time. And so we're going to dive into things, try to keep it less than 20 minutes. Okay. So, and if you have any questions, drop them in the chat.
I call bullshit on you valuing people's time, because if you really valued people's time, you wouldn't waste their time with any kind of MLM bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. Of course, in my opinion, a waste of time.
I cannot talk and look at the chat, but we do have 2 coaches on who have been around. They know exactly how to answer these questions. So they're going to help out with that. But I am Val. If you don't know me, I am the founder of Team Fierce and Focus, which I'm pretty sure that if you're on this call, you will be under Fierce and Focus and in some way when you work through the umbrella. And I have been a coach for just over 5 years now, which is absolutely insane to me. We just got back from our body summit, and it was my 5th summit. And I went to summit right away when I started as a coach. And I really, truly believe that it is really diving into the business right away like that is what made me take off so quickly. So a little bit back more about me. I am a girl mom of 2. I have a 3-year-old Elliot and a 12-year-old Peyton. So I'm getting the busy realm from both angles, sports and attitudes and all of that good stuff. I was a full-time dental assistant. And when I got pregnant with Elliot, I looked at this business and I saw the opportunities and the money income, Beachbody income disclaimer, that was available and kind of falling in my lap.
And I saw the money income disclaimer. That's not how it works. I especially love how she stuttered, because that is a surefire sign that somebody is not confident with what they're saying. So, is there money to be had in BODi, or are you just blowing smoke up people's asses so they join?
And I said, I know that if I really push this business and I do what I'm capable of doing, and I know I'm capable of doing, I can leave my full-time job as a dental assistant and come home with my girls. And what's really crazy is when I started this, I was the girl that sat at the other end of the screen and said, I went to school to be in dental. I have a 401k. I have health insurance. I have paid vacations. I love teeth. Why would I ever leave this job? Like, I will work this part-time. And I'm not saying that this is something that you need to do. But when I saw the possibilities, I think I said it for so long because I didn't realize that's what you do. You get up, you go to school, you get college debt, and you work your 9 to 5 or your 8 to 5 is what I did. And once I saw, like I said, I went right into Summit. When I saw these everyday women walking by me with their husbands holding the babies, not saying that they're the sole providers, but at this particular event, the men are taking care of the babies. And
there's so much already. Men holding their babies is not unheard of. A good father will hold their babies if they are physically capable. Just want to put that out there. This is not unheard of. It's not only the BODi community whose fathers hold their babies. Like, my husband held both my children and still holds our youngest, who is a kindergartner, to this day. You don't have to be in BODi for that to happen.
When I saw that and saw that these women are not only retiring themselves, they're retiring their husbands. I shouldn't say they're retiring themselves. They're retiring from whatever their corporate job was or whatever it was that they were doing prior.
Are they retiring? Are they taking their 401k? Are they taking their retirement benefits? Or did they just quit their f***ing job and change to do this contracted sales position instead?
They're getting themselves out of debt, and they're loving what they're doing along the way. They're simply helping others, and you're creating this incredible community. And your job as a BODi coach is to work on yourself first, share your journey, and invite others to join you and get them results too. So, like I said, after I had Elliot 3 years ago, I have been home with them full time, and it's been truly a game changer. And I've never looked back. Sometimes I dabble in dental just for fun, and to look at a job and be like, I don't have to go to work at the dental office for income. I go because I want to. Is a really different feeling. And I know that there's a lot of women on our team and our upline team who are nurses or teachers, and they kind of dabble in different things afterwards, but it's a different feeling when you don't have to do it. And this business, when you look at it that way, the same thing. It's like, you could look at it every day and wake up, I have to get on my phone and I have to share my workout. Or you can be like, I get to get up and look at my phone and get woken up by this community of women who have already finished their workout, and I'm so freaking motivated to get going. And so really having a positive mindset when you go into this is really key throughout the entire process. I totally got sidetracked, so I'm going to go to my notes here.
Ma'am, that sounds just like a cult, in my opinion, of course.
First and foremost, when you get started as a BODi coach, you guys are kind of all in different positions as where you're at as far as signups. Some of you guys are already BODi partners technically. Some of you guys are customers. Some of you guys are like discount coaches, and some people don't even have a package yet. And so you will definitely have to reach out to whoever invited you to listen to this call to figure out the best option for you to get going within the business side of things, if that's what you decide to do. But for the most part, brand new and people who would be getting to join you, you get them going on the total solution package. And that's what's so great about this is there's so many businesses out there where you have to have a stockpile of things. But when you get started on your journey in this business, it's all one package. You're signing up, you're getting the total solution package, you're getting your workouts, you're getting your nutrition plan, you're getting your supplements, and you're getting started on your business for no extra cost. Okay. And all you do from there is you're simply sharing. And when we say we're sharing, I always say to be truly organically you. Like, you don't want to be perfect at this. And that's why it's really great. Coaches get the best results from as far as your own physical, mental transformation, but also getting the best results as far as your business too. Because if you show up and you go to someone's social media, because everybody's like, let me wait till I finish this program. Let me wait till I get these results. Let me wait until X, Y, and Z. When you go to somebody's page and you see this girl with a 6-pack abs, her kids are nowhere to be found. She gets this quiet time to work out. She has no problem resisting pizza. She absolutely does not drink alcohol. She does not drink pop. She goes on vacation and she sticks to her routine.
Is she talking about Autumn Calabrese right now?
100%. I mean, you look at that and you're like, that's cool. But is that realistic? You know, you kind of have these doubts in your mind. So as somebody who comes into this and you're like, I'm going to show my real self. I'm going to show myself. I mean, if you look at my thing, I'm drinking a White Claw off to the side right now. I'm going to show my real self, and I'm going to share the process to get where I'm going. How this is a lifestyle. This isn't a 21-day program. And you're sharing that. You're sharing about how
I definitely feel like she just threw major shade at Autumn Calabrese. Anybody else feel that way? Let me know.
Maybe you didn't want to wake up in the morning, but like I said, you have a text group that's going on, and you had 3 people who have already finished their workout before you even got up. And so you saw that and you're like, you know what? I'm going to get up. I have this great community behind me. I'm not hitting snooze. And that's what this has. And I think what's really great is that when you're sharing that and you're sharing the process that takes to get to this lifestyle that you're living, is that there is up and downs, and it's not always easy, and you're not always motivated. And sometimes you do have to rely on outside sources. And sometimes, you know, maybe you overindulge in something, but it's about not punishing yourself. And it's about how you can continue to show up and help that person who's just like you make it through their journey. Yeah, so sharing that, I had something, I always get really into things and I forgot where I was going to go with the next subject. So yeah, you're just kind of sharing organically. You don't want to be perfect here. This is a really big thing that I tell my coaches when I'm on one-on-one calls with them is hey, this is where I was. It's like a story problem solution thing. This is where I was. This is the things that I personally was facing. I was resenting my boyfriend because he was able to get up and go to the gym whenever he wanted, but I always had to ask permission to go to the gym. So then it was too late to go to the gym and I wasn't motivated, so I wasn't going. Or I'd go to the gym and I was whatever. So here's my problem. This is my story. I'm creating my own story. I'm not creating it. This is what it was. I'm telling what it was. And I'm sharing my feelings. And then I go, this is what I did, right? So I joined BODi. I did these home workouts. It no longer depended on other people's schedule. I got results. I learned a nutrition plan that works for me. It's balanced. This is where I'm at now. These are the things that have changed. And this is where I'm going. Do this with me. And those are the types of things that we teach you when you're sharing your journey. And then it's not so much of a look at me. It's not so much of a poor me. It's this is where I was. This is what I did. This is where I'm going. Come with me. And everybody has a different story. And I said, we're going to hear from 2 other girls, and whether you were in fitness before, whether you've ever done these programs before, whether you've been a customer for 6 years, we all have something to tell and something to share about our journey, and you're going to connect with that person that's meant to be with you. And leading into that, we really teach you how to figure out who you are. So although we have a really large team that's growing, and you see a lot of pictures of us, I'm sure you saw us in Texas, and it was such a great time, and we all get along, but we all have a story, and we're all individuals, and we really teach how we can, yes, all get together in a group, and it's the best freaking time, and we're so similar, but we all have different things about us. We have Brianna over here. I like to make fun of her in the nicest way possible.
This is just generic, like, friend group shit. Like, yes, you're all going to be different. Congratulations.
Possible, but she goes out and feeds her chickens, and you would never catch me dead out here feeding my chickens and negative 10 degree. I don't have chickens. That's why I say that. And she like names her chickens and stuff. So there's different things that make, and she's a boy mom, and she's a cosmetologist that she probably also, after she had him, was able to come home full time and only work occasionally on Sundays, doing hair on the side. So that's a huge accomplishment for not only me, but to be able, but for not only her, but for me to look back and be like, because I did this, she was able to do it as well. That's completely sidetracked.
That's also a lifestyle claim. Most people, the majority of people who join BODi, as well as any other MLM, will not be able to make the amount of money that it takes to leave their job or retire from their job, even though that is literally not what they're doing. They're just quitting their job.
But yeah, we all have these different niches that I like to say. I know that there's a couple girls in here who just had babies. I know that there's twin moms out there. I know that some of them we have a night nurse. We have one who's a bonus mom. We have full-time moms who work out of the house. We have full-time moms who work in the house. There's all these different things that make us us. I just planted a new garden. I like to have fun. So you're figuring out the different things. Like, are you a bookworm? Are you a DIY person? Do you have a really good garden? Like, I'm a Doberman mom. Like, are there different things about you that are going to highlight the type of person? Because if you are a Doberman mom, I'm only highlighting a Doberman because I know if you're a Doberman mom, like, you're just drawn, like, I feel like you're similar to all the other Doberman moms. Like, there's something drawn to you, to them and you. So you teach you how to really point out these different traits about you and how you can connect with women with those same traits. They don't have to be.
That has nothing to do with BODi at all. That has nothing to do with starting a business. That has nothing to do with anything other than creating friendships in life.
Exactly like you, but you can have these natural, organic connections with them. They join you because they like, know, and trust you because of those different traits. And then you begin to make those lifestyle changes together. I heard something the other day that was, if I can't do this when I'm 80, why would I do it now? This is a lifelong journey. This isn't, like I said, a 21-day fixed program. We do have 21-day fixed program, but it's not a 21. We don't have an end date. So everything we're doing, you want to be able to keep doing it.
She's found herself in the wrong MLM. If she's going to continuously say there is no 21-day fix for your problems when they promote a 21-day fix for your health problems.
There's no age restriction on this. So don't count anybody out because it's your mom or your grandma or anybody like that. This is a lifestyle, and it's something that I think all of us that have been a coach for a while now can say it's really transferred down to not only us and made us who we are today, but it's also shaped and made our family the dynamics that they are too. You know, we're feeding our kids and teaching them how to eat a certain way. Our kids see us work out every day. Our spouses are starting to work out with us, and our spouse.
I will just say that BODi does not teach healthy habits that you should be teaching your children. That is not something that should be pushed onto children ever. It's not healthy. Please don't do that.
So they're definitely starting to reap the benefits of the tricks that we get from this. So that's just a little bit about that. We do go into trainings. We have tons of different trainings that happen, different resources, online trainings as well. And then you work one-on-one with who your coach is, doing Zoom calls just like this. We do lots of get-togethers. So we are a very involved, close-knit team. And so don't ever feel like you're going to be off on this lone island, no matter where you live. I know Brianna here is like on the other side of the state, but we still see each other and talk to each other all the time. So, and we have different states as well doing that. So going into, so you're going to have the trainings available. That's how we share stuff. And again, it's social media. I think if all of us got on here and we look back at our stories or a post that we did when we first started, it's cringy for everybody. The biggest thing is practice makes perfect. Nobody starts walking on their first try. Nobody starts riding a bike on their first try. You're not going to get this social media thing down. Your stories aren't going to be perfect. You're not going to talk fluently. Own up to who you are when you're on your stories. And we help you. We kind of say, you know, it's crazy, but we actually have strategy behind our social media. And we begin to teach you that, like, hey, this is what we're inviting to. This is how we're going to talk about it. And it just kind of, again, practice makes perfect. So if you're worried about the social media aspect, if you're worried about not having followers, if you're worried about getting on a call like this, like we help you, we get you through it, and practice makes perfect. And it's a very encouraging, like I said, close-knit team.
Yeah, don't worry. They have copy paste templates that you can use along with them.
From there, as far as how pay works, you have certain goals and certain benchmarks, and to make it less confusing to get going, let's say that you're looking at this and you're like, okay, I'm ready to get going, but I want to make a paycheck right away. I want to make back my investment right away. I would say, look at this, get off this call and make a list of 20 people. Reach out to those 20 people and say, hey, I'm really excited about this new opportunity. I'm excited to get started on this program, whatever program you've picked out to do, and we can help you with that as well. And say, would you like to do this with me? Keep it simple, keep it short, keep it sweet. You get 3 people to join you, you're going to make back your investment right away. Then from there, your goal is to get 3 new people to join you every month. Super simple. You have a warm market.
Get 3 new people to join you every month, and then have them get 3 new people, and have them get 3 new people. And then eventually you will run out of people in the world.
That again, if you make a list of 20 to 50 people, you got a lot of people to work through there. You got a lot of months that you could be like, bam, 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 bam. And from there, you have different benchmarks that you hit. But if you were to help 3 people your first month, 3 people your second month, and 3 people your third month, you would be what is called a success starter. What's really cool about the success starter is that you get a free ticket to Texas next year. I think that's really important to say because we just got back from Texas. And so you would actually get your free ticket to go next year. We have plenty of hotel rooms, and so don't worry about that.
Of course they do, because people are dropping like flies. So I heard.
But it's cool. And you get actually a little label that says, I'm a success starter. From being a success starter, as well as making an income, we get paid every Thursday. Again, I'm not going to break down the income exactly right now. That's something that we would work on like one-on-one on Zoom calls as we kind of work through things. And but there's lots of ways to earn an income on this business. Again, we get paid every Thursday. And if you were to have 3 people join you with the same package right away, then you would earn back your initial investment into the business. So, and then it builds. So then you would be a success starter. Also, when you're a success starter, you get to be, we have what these called test groups. You get to be in the test group. So when you're doing these programs and you see the podcast in the background, you actually get to be one of the first people to get into the next program, to do it side by side with the trainer before any of us get to, which is a really cool opportunity. They talk to you, you work with them, you get to the backstage stuff. You actually have to get dressed and be ready to be on the camera before they start filming. You have strict rules. And again, you get to have that special access to these programs before anyone else does. So that's one of the benefits of Success Starter. And then from there, if you continue to hit Success Club each month, not only, are you earning your summit ticket? Are you earning an income? Are you really growing a business? You're inviting people to join you. But then you get that little dangly one thing that you keep seeing us when we go to Success Club trips. That is a trip that you earn from simply growing your business by helping people get started on their health and fitness journey. And Kyle, well, we've been invited to 4 of them now. We've gone on 1. We couldn't go to the last one. We're going to the next one. We've had the C word kind of interfere a couple times. But you get to bring your partner, whoever, somebody with you for completely free. And it's a really cool opportunity because it really is a vacation, a
vacation that you have to claim on your taxes. They failed to tell you that part. It's also a very short vacation most of the time, and you have to follow their schedule essentially. So I don't know how BODi does it, but I know that when I was in Sensi, they would have trainings or get-togethers and things like that were already planned for you. So if you, say they have Bora Bora coming up, if you were going to Bora Bora for the 4 days that they're sending you there, you have these dinners and things planned, and you don't have time to do the different excursions that maybe you wanted to do alone with your family. You're constantly with this whole big group of people. So in my opinion, and judging from what other people like to do on their vacations, like spend time with their family and do things that they want to do without being bothered. It is not worth going on those vacations and working your ass off to earn those trips that you, again, have to claim on your taxes when you can just go to your dreaded 9-to-5 job and make the money to plan your own vacation that is, I don't know, maybe 10 days instead of 4, and you get to plan your own excursions and spend time with your family and not have to be with a bunch of cult members, in my opinion.
Next year, we're going to Punta Cana. I know there's a few of us that are already registered to go for that. Kyle went there with me last year, last year. This year we're actually going to bring our girls, and I think to add the girls, it's like an extra $300. Else, do not put juice in that. Sorry. It's only an extra $300. And again, we'll kind of work through that if that's something you want to go. But I remember I signed up right after they got back from one of their trips. And I remember looking at it and being like, gosh, that would be so cool. It was one of the big dangly carrots that I was like, this is one of the main reasons I want to do this. But this dangly carrot, also, I had this voice in my head that said, I'm never going to get myself there. Those are like the best of the best. Those are the top coaches. Like, who actually gets free vacations? Who actually gets free vacation, sits by a pool, drinks alcohol, gets food, has massages, has their spouse with them, takes all these really cute pictures with girls, and they all get along. Like, who actually does that? We do that. And it's really fun. And the parties that BODi throw, these VIP type parties and these event parties, listen, they ball out. They do a really good job. We just had one in Texas that it was hot, but I mean, they have face painters and they have real bulls there, and they had
face painters so that you could sweat all of the face paint off because it was so hot.
I don't even know what else they had. It was crazy. They had bands and dancing, and it's just a really good time. And they really want you to be recognized, and they understand that, like, this is a healthy health esteem lifestyle, and that it's not easy, or it is easy, but it's consistent work, and it's not always easy to show up every day and live our life so publicly, to your extent, of course. But what we're doing, the impact that we're making each day is they're thankful for it, and we should be rewarded for it. And it's just the whole thing. It's just great. And they don't let you go unnoticed there at all. And everybody gets recognized for something. Please.
What about rewarding you with actual paychecks instead of giving you hardly anything? That'd be a cool reward. I personally would prefer to be paid a fair wage for the work that these individuals put in.
Do not put juice. You're going to ruin that. All right. So that's trips. Does anybody have any specific questions? Again, we'll break it down how you get started. You have your total solution package. Whether you're a coach already or not, you're going to have to reach out to who your upline coach is, who invited you to this call, to kind of figure out where your specific spot is. You're going to share organically, or figure out the 5 things that make you you. What's your niche? And you're going to start showing up organically on your social media. You're just sharing your journey. Hey, this is I got up. This is where I was. This is the things I did to get there. Here I am now. Do this with me. Very simple terms. And you're going to think of 30 to 50 people to join you, and you're going to reach out to them. And if you get 3 people to join you, you made back your initial investment. You're well on your way for Success Starter. You're well on your way to heading to Texas. Obviously, there's a lot of different things to the business, and there's a lot of back office trainings that are going to teach you as far as your legs and your volume and, the nitty gritty of the business. And we teach you that too along the way. So, because this is a business, and if you treat this business like a business, you will be rewarded like it is a business. Okay. I think that's all I have as far as how the business works. Bethany or Brianna, do you guys want to kind of tell like a little snippet into how you guys got started?
Yeah, I can share kind of how I got started. You can hear me okay? Cool. You can't see me. I even curled my hair, but I'm just a lock screen. I'll kind of just make it like short and to the point. But I've had a passion for fitness since I've been 14 years old. So my parents actually owned a health club in Traverse City here. I worked there for about 10 years. So I worked the front desk. I was a protein smoothie barista, I guess. And I kind of ended my career there as a personal trainer, but I did everything in between. I worked as an office manager. I was in HR. I kind of did a little bit of everything. I was really active in high school with sports. I did dance, track. I kind of dabbled in softball. We won't go into that story though. I later competed in 2 different fitness competitions. I took home some trophies. So I was like really deep into like kind of like a fitness lifestyle. But when I became a mom, I struggled really hard trying to find time to go to the gym. And then I guess like when I had my son, which was my second born, I was pregnant with him, and I remember just feeling like very defeated. I wasn't happy with my body to begin with, and I was really scared of gaining more weight, hating my body, and I just like I had a lot of negative self-talk. I had like no self-esteem. I was just a very negative person, like soaking in my own misery kind of thing. But I followed Val on Instagram, and for like I think like 3 years, but I watched her every morning, like, get up and do her dance party and drink her Energize. And she was just so like happy and healthy. But she like reached out to me a lot, actually. I said no a lot just because I kind of dogged the at-home workouts. I didn't believe in them. I thought I had to be in the gym lifting heavy. But I finally was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I remember sitting in the bath, actually. And if you know me, it's kind of funny because I take baths all the time. But I remember messaging her and she was like, okay, well, like you can wait. Like, how about we do it next month then? And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll wait. And then I finally was just like, what am I waiting for? Like, I'm just going to do it. So I was like, fine, let's do it. Let's sign up as a coach, because she always told me coaches get the best results. Because
Fine, let's do it. You've pestered me enough. I'm just going to do it. You've made me feel bad about myself, and now I'm going to join. That is, for me personally, what it sounded like she just said. Like, you have been messaging me over and over again. I already feel bad about my body, and she probably knew that. So she was using that to her advantage, in my opinion. And eventually, this individual said, okay, I'll join. And here we are, talking to her lock screen. Hello, I am interrupting this video to shout out my channel members. Thank you so much for those of you who have decided to join my channel membership. I appreciate you so much. That's a lot of so much. If you would like to learn more about my channel membership, there should be a join button underneath this video that you can check out the details. If that doesn't show up, sometimes it doesn't, you can also find it on my main channel page. Now, something that you do get when you join my channel membership is a shout out in all of my videos like this here, as well as members only live streams. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, make sure you check it out. If not, I just appreciate you being here and watching my content. That is always the #1 way to support my channel. So thank you so much. And with that, let's get the back into it.
Because you're showcasing everything on Instagram or Facebook or, whatever platform you decide to use. So you have all these people that are looking in on you, and I guess they're depending on you for motivation. And I feel like if you're sharing it on social media, you are more apt to be more motivated, more disciplined, because people are watching you. So, once I joined, I just started with 80-day obsession right after I had my second. And I just kind of like regained my strength, my motivation, my confidence in working out. The virtual accountability boot camps and like support from everybody else really kept me going on my hard days. So like when I didn't believe in myself, there was somebody there, a lady, within the group that believed in me more. And so then I felt like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And I kept going, and I finished those 80 days, and it was just like so rewarding. And I was like, I finally found my groove. So I'm just really proud to say that I found my way back and like rekindled my passion for fitness, all while being a mom. So, I'm a work from home mom, but I sit on my butt all day long. So it's kind of like, going back a little bit into my story, I gained a lot of weight working from home, and I couldn't leave home because, I had 2 kids and I have a bonus son, and Andrew worked in office. So it was like really hard to just like balance my lifestyle. So that's kind of what made me dive into this. But I guess kind of just like ending that. But I mean, I really loved my journey and like getting here to where I am now. So I've been a coach for almost 3 years. Which is the same amount of time that I watched Val on Instagram. So it's kind of funny, full circle. So, and I know, people watch me and they, they're scared to join, but it's kind of one of those things where I look back at it now and I'm like, I should have just joined sooner. I should have joined the first time she told me to, because who knows where I could have been by then, but we can't look back. So yeah, I guess that's in short form my story in a kind of jumbled up way.
I love it. And also she's saying she's been a coach for 3 years. She has already been to Punta Cana with us as well, and gone to multiple different diamond retreats in Georgia,
Vegas.
Whew.
Bless you.
Excuse me, sorry. And so again, one of those things where you think that you need to be in this business for a long time and you don't. So we have 8 minutes left. Brianna, let's hear from you, girl.
All right, so I've been a coach for 3 years. Well, so I joined right when COVID hit, coached right from the get-go, and then I don't know, something scared me and I took a step back. And then I officially started coaching again. I think it was in July, like the beginning of July, which I kicked myself in the ass for stepping back, but it happened. So I am somebody who has tried everything, like every fad diet. I actually just talked about on my social media today. I tried even a yogurt diet. And I lasted not even a full day. Imagine that. So I started, so in the peak of COVID, I just was sick of feeling like shit. Like my health was rapidly declining. I was passing out randomly. I was like, I couldn't eat certain things. I was going to doctor after doctor for them to tell me that I was fine, that I was healthy. And I knew I wasn't. So at one point in my life, I was taking like 12 pills morning and night. And I knew that wasn't the life I wanted to live. And I slept all the time. So I also watched le-vel on Instagram for a while.
There's a trend here, if you haven't noticed. These 3 individuals all felt horrible about themselves. I feel sad for all 3 of these individuals because they were all in that place at one time, and now they were taught to do the same thing to other people. They seek out people who are in a hard place, whether it be postpartum or during COVID or whatever it is that makes you feel that way, and they use that to their advantage. And they should never have done that, in my opinion. It's just very hurtful. This is, again, so many red flags that have not been seen by these individuals yet.
I don't think she ever reached out to me. I think I just reached out to her and I was like, hey, what do you do? Because she was so happy and she was like so energetic, and I just wanted to do what she was doing. I needed that. I wanted that. So I had started BODi, and so actually I started BODi, was 3 days in, quit, then COVID hit and I did it again. But that time I stuck to it. And I did 21-day fix, and I refused to work out more than 3 days a week, and I refused to change my eating, and I got no results. So then I'm like, okay, well, now I know that I can, like, oh my fucking God, I had a bug in my neck. Anyways, so then I did muscle burns fat, and I went all in, and I lost 6 pounds in 3 weeks. I got amazing results. I felt really good. I felt confident for the first time in a long time, and I was ready to help people. I just felt like feeling as good as I felt was selfish to keep it to just myself. So I wanted to share it with the world. And like Bethany said, Vale told me coaches get the best results, and like sharing it on social media, it's definitely uncomfortable at first, but there's so many people that are in your corner and supporting you and cheering you on. And on the days that I don't want to do it are the days that I know I have people, like, they look forward to me showing up every single day. So I hit benchmarks pretty quickly in my business, but I'm very, very consistent at showing up in my stories every single day and showing up in my journey. And then I now have a 1-year-old son, and I'm so thankful that I started building these habits before I had a kid. And also growing my business, because I was able to leave doing hair and stay home with him.
I just want to point something out that adds an extra layer to bettering yourself and improving your health. The pressure of having to show up on social media to share in your stories, your results every week, every 3 days, whatever it is, or share what you're eating or the workouts you're doing, it adds this layer of pressure that is going to increase the chances of people giving up. So in my opinion, the fact that these coaches push other coaches to do the same thing is harming them further. People may disagree with me, and that's okay. But when you're trying to change so many things at once and then having to document it on your social media, it's just a lot of pressure.
And still bring in an income, because I'm the type of person that I don't want to have to rely on a man. I want to make my own money. So it's really nice that I can do that. I have been to Georgia. I just went on the Success Club trip, which was to Riviera Maya, and I was able to take my mom and take her for completely free, which was really, really cool. I've earned a spot in Vegas, and I'm well on my way to earning another spot in Vegas. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I feel like I'm on fire, and I am not freaking stopping from here. And I'm excited to have so many more people join me.
Yeah, she really is on fire. And it's just crazy. I love to share everyone's story of how they got started, because everybody has a different story, like I said, and everybody has a different background. And I don't know if I shared mine, but I was working out, but I wasn't getting the results. I was going to the gym, but nobody was there to like follow me along and be like, this is what you're supposed to eat. And I was doing like, one day was leg day, the next day was upper body, the next day was core. And then I'm like, why am I not getting results? Why can't I eat whatever I want? And so the idea of coming into something that I could potentially go on trips with and potentially make money on was really enticing. I had never used Beachbody programs, never done or had any of their supplements or did anything. So when I came into it, I was brand freaking new. And so it was kind of like I said to say like, hey, I'm trying something new. Come with me and do this. And I actually have a lot of coaches who joined me on that first exact message I put up on my Facebook wall, and they're still here today. And that's really exciting. And I think that shows the longevity of what this team is made of as well, to the community and the friendships, and really what even the fitness. We always say, like, if I quit coaching for whatever freaking reason, although it would never happen, I would never give up these supplements. I would never give up this nutrition plan. I'd never give up these workouts. So it's like, why not keep sharing it and make money off of it? And then the fact that our team really is on freaking fire makes it that much more exciting, because we have a community, like, I don't know about you, but like growing up, it was like a lot of like animosity for other girls succeeding. And this is one of the best communities of, if I can do this, you can do this. Let's do this together type of thing. And that is a really good feeling. And from going from not having like, I wasn't a girl's girl. I didn't like girls, and like, I didn't have girlfriends, and I hung out with the husbands, to have this community now where it's like all of us girls are such good friends. The husbands get along, like they all do things. Like I'm like a girl, I'm a girl's girl now, because like I found my people, and that's really what this business has done. I'm like, I am who I am today, the mom I am, the friend I am, because of this business. So we're going to get kicked off here, but reach out to whoever invited you on this call. We will get it stored so that you can send it to somebody as well. And then, of course, ask any questions. You can message any of us if you have questions, me, Bethany, or Brianna, or of course, whoever invited you to this if you have questions, and we'll get everything all straight away. And today is the last day for the $30 off promo. If you want to join, which is an incredible deal, or if you have friends who want to join you, last day, $30 off promo. So thank you guys for hopping on. It is a good Friday. And I hope to have all of you guys in our team chat like tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.
Okay, so my final thoughts on that. Don't join an MLM to better yourself or make friends. That pretty much is what they were encouraging you to do the entire opportunity call. Join this and you'll have accountability. Join this and you'll have friends and a community and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to join an MLM to do that. There are other ways to do that. Steer clear of BODi, in fact, in all ways. Their workouts sometimes can be good, but everything else that they push is just so unhealthy. It's a toxic community to be a part of. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
Go down on your knees, but you got PhD. I'm all that you need. Just give me. I've been giving you the worst of me.